Back again at 333 Constitution Avenue today for a progress hearing in the case of General Michael Flynn. General Flynn is expected any moment. There's a substantially larger press turnout than there was just last week for Imran Awan. A lot of people very interested to see what's going to happen with General Flynn. And you see somebody here with the clear Flynn now sign. Don't want to get in anybody's way, but we can see that there. The hashtag campaign that's gaining steam to clear General Michael Flynn of any wrongdoing. Seems like a lot of people are supporting that. And we're hopeful that General Flynn will arrive soon. The proceedings are expected to begin at 10 a.m. Everybody's just waiting. Likely to be asked not to stand here, but we'll try it until somebody says something. It's going to be a busy day today. Later today at 1 p.m. there's going to be a press conference being held by Jack Berkman, I believe, and America First. Apparently some witness has new information in the Seth Rich murder case. We'll have to see what that's all about. I'll be joined by Dr. Corsi later today as we look at that. I think as most people who watch Crowdsource the Truth are aware, I've got pretty serious doubts about anything having to do with the Seth Rich case. It seems a little odd to me that 2 years to the day after the alleged murder, we'd be having this press conference. Somewhat sensational. If this witness had information, it would seem like bringing it forward sooner might have made sense. Why wait for today to create some kind of event out of it? We'll have to see what's said at that press conference. Everybody here is very eagerly awaiting the arrival of General Flynn. Of course, this hearing was postponed last week. Not sure why. I'm sure Judge Sullivan had good reason. People might recall Judge Emmet Sullivan is the same judge who presided over Larry Klayman's FOIA lawsuit against the Office of the Special Counsel. Larry brought that suit, it was a FOIA suit, to reveal communications between Robert Mueller's Special Counsel office and the press. Larry suspects we're going to see grand jury leaks, and since that hearing there's been more evidence of grand jury leaks. So Larry's hopeful that come September 4th, is it? The release of that information could be the end of Robert Mueller's investigation. He himself is to be prosecuted, or at least fired, on the grounds of leaking grand jury information. Of course, Larry yesterday was talking to me about citizen grand juries. If we, as citizens of the United States, can no longer rely on our courts and our justice system, then the law, that is the legal process, can be taken into the hands of the people. Larry pointed out that the grand jury process is not controlled by a particular branch of government, but rather it's controlled by the people. Let's see, that vehicle looks like it might contain General Flynn. Let's see if it does. And we got some fancy lawyer types, it looks like, scoping out the scene. Don't recognize these guys. Perhaps people watching do. They travel in packs, lawyers. General Flynn should be arriving any moment. It's just after 9:30 here. General Flynn, of course, retired Army general. Wikipedia mentions that General Flynn was in the U.S. Army for 33 years. That was a little bit of an interesting statistic to see. I'm sure that's just coincidental, but we never know. These numbers seem to mark events and things in ways that are hugely coincidental. I definitely support General Flynn. It looks like the crowd is feeling like that might be him right there. Can you see General Flynn? There he is.
Lock him up! Lock him up!
Shut up!
Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up!
Lock yourself up!
Lock him up! We support you, General. We're with you, General Flynn. We're with you.
Lock
General
that guy
Flynn,
up.
we're with you. General Flynn, we're with you all the way. We totally support you, sir.
Give us a clear Flynn now. Clear Flynn now, yeah?
General Flynn, totally support you. The American people support you. The American people are totally behind you, General Flynn. General Flynn, don't get down. The American people love you and appreciate your service, sir. General Flynn, thank you for your service.
How do you feel that Imran Awan was allowed to basically skate and General Flynn is still the subject of lawfare?
Look at the difference between how the Democrats treat their folks who get in a bind, and he was guilty of actual crimes. What we have here
Imran.
is no crime.
Correct.
Pakistani brothers are guilty of serious crimes, and they gave him a slap on the wrist. General Flynn.
Why do you suppose Robert Mueller isn't investigating interference by Pakistan?
You know what? Well, Robert Mueller's got he's got another portfolio, but the problem is even Robert Mueller's job is illegal. The Constitution does not support the work that he's doing. He's a private attorney pursuing a private individual like General Flynn. Where in America do private attorneys put private citizens in jail? There's something wrong with this system.
What about Paul Manafort? Why do you think he's in jail and Imran Awan is working for Gowan, Silva, and Winograd?
Same thing. These are all process crimes. I'm looking forward to Paul Manafort getting his day in court, but treating him like a convicted murderer and putting him in solitary confinement 23 and a half hours a day is un-American.
Do you think it's something all Americans should be concerned about?
Absolutely. Paul Manafort is sitting in a jail, being treated like he's the worst kind of street criminal. This is just unacceptable in America.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks very much. Well, there it is. General Flynn has entered the courthouse. I'm going to go in there and see how the proceedings go. I'll be back later. This stream is going to remain open, so if you didn't catch the beginning part of it, it's going to be on loop until after the hearing. Thanks for watching.